Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from My Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another beautiful Steam Workshop creation. Now, this is the Albatross-class frigate created by Magic Dog, and I have to say, it is a beautiful case of a small ship gone mad. The detailing on this thing is fantastic, and some of the functions that it has, rotating engines, multiple doors of access points, and there is only a couple of mods, 4 to be in total. So let's start away on the outside, have a look around, and then we'll enter into the interior. So first off, we've got the bridge cockpit area that reminds me a little bit of like a Halo Spartan sort of visor. Up at the front you've got a nice field of view. You can also see back into the cockpit very well as well. Not too much protection, but at the same time this is only a freighter. Now as we work our way along the side, we've got the first door on the side, so this doesn't actually mirror to both sides. This door, it's just on one side. I quite like the idea of that, just a quick access in and out for the pilot and the crew. Along the side you can see some of the detailing work that has started to happen here. So we've got some air intakes taking the air in, converting it into oxygen for the ship at the inside, and you can see we've got some of the thrusters laid out on the top. But just look at this little bit of detailing they've got here. We've got this almost sort of funnel design where it looks like it sucks air into the engine area. This is actually, I believe, an iron thruster, so it won't actually require to do that. So this craft can be basically used in all environments using both the iron and the atmospheric thrust. So moving a little bit further down, we've got this little hatch. Now this little hatch allows it to function in a vertical takeoff capacity, just like the Harrier jump jet and so on, and this hatch can be folded away. So you can see inside there we've got the 2 vertical takeoff engines, a nice little bit of lighting, really detailed this compartment. I really quite like it, a lot of detail crammed into that small blast door area. So if we come back out the side there, we've got the rear larger engines that actually can be turned into multiple roles. You can actually see on the back here we've got these vented fins and things that actually expand out. That I'll show you a little bit later on. And as you come to the back here, just looking at the detail in this engine bay as well, the thrusters, the different sort of areas that just explode out. It's lovely to have the detail of such a high magnitude on such a small ship. You can even see the lighting that's going to appear when we access these thrusters later. Now as we come to the rear of the ship, we've got the rear cargo bay door, and for a small ship that is designed to be a freighter, you'd expect quite a considerable cargo bay. So let's actually spawn our character in at the back here, and we'll open up that cargo bay for you. So you can see the outer blast door opens up, and it has this like nice lighting area. The lower platform lowers down. You can imagine offloading supplies, various different items that you've collected from inside here. Look at the detail here. We've got the various timer blocks controlling functions, and we've got this nice ambient orange lighting. So let's close that door up behind us. So we're just going to hit that button. And as you can see, the door closes and seals up very nicely behind us, and now we're in the cargo bay. Now to actually access into the crew quarters, we're going to enter through this airlock. So you can only imagine that that area is not going to be pressurized or not going to be sealed correctly within flight, so that's why an airlock is existing in this current format. So that door's closed. We need to open this one up. You can see we've got that iris sort of hatch, and as we enter into this area, let's just seal up that door behind us. There we go. Nice. We've got a little bit of a toilet here. Just look at the detail in this toilet room. We've got like a little monitor on there that's displayed, I guess, as a mirror. The toilet seat, that's the thruster. A little bit of a deck area on the side so you can do your teeth or whatever you need to do in this toilet area as you're working away. Very nice indeed. And as you come over here, we've got 2 beds. So we've got David's bed and Francis's bed. So you could change your names to whoever happens to be occupying them. But look at what he's done there. He's used that modded block. That is not actually a modded block. I thought it was. It's actually a monitor that's been turned on its side to look like a bed. Really nice idea, and that allows them lights to be placed in between it as well. Just a really nice little bit of design. So we come over to this area, we've got like this little monitor display area where we've got the fans sucking in oxygen in the bottom part, and the armor blocks and the reinforcements of the reactors all looking like vital monitor readouts. So as we come a little bit further forward, we've got like maybe a reactor monitoring area. We've got like a pipes, different things that feed down. Not super functional, but they just look beautiful. And now look at this cockpit. Look how much detail. Each one of these monitors has readable, actual things that make sense to have in a cockpit for once, rather than just shiny buttons. So we've got the layout of the ship there, so we can see if it becomes damaged. We've got a smaller layout there on the right. We've got the hull integrity on this side, and we've got information showing if our doors are open and closed. Vital if you, like me, intend to take off with things incorrectly sealed. Antenna, beacon on and off. So you've got all the things, and what's great about it is you can get yourself into one of these seats and you can view it all from that seat very easily. You don't have to look around too far. Anyway, let's access some of the systems while we're in here. So the first thing we want to do is seal up that door. Now I believe that is number 3. So you can see if we access number 3 there, we can open and close the side door. Look at that little iris. Very simple, but it's beautiful in Space Engineers when things come together like that. Now the second function I want to show you is the back door opening from inside. So you can see that the top door opens first and the second door folds down, so we can close that back up. And it's great to have the pilot to actually have access from all this. Now the next thing we need to do is unlock our landing gears. Make sure our vertical takeoff mode is enabled. That I believe it is. Okay, we don't actually have to enable it, so let's hit number 5. Make sure our vertical takeoff thrusters are enabled on the back side there, and see if we can actually lift this ship off the ground. Now I believe there is a second button that I do need to press. There we go. There we go, we've just switched over the modes, so you can see our thrusters are now actually accessible. There we go, perfect. Okay, so we can begin the vertical takeoff procedure, and we can actually exit the atmosphere. Let's see what happens though if we actually press number 5. So that's going to turn the engines back to the front mode, so we should be fine. The ion thrusters are not activated in the inside at the moment because we're not going to need them. We've got the internal thrusters. One little thing that has happened on my behalf is you can see that the vertical takeoff doors have closed, and that was because I think I pressed the timer block too many times. So if I quickly try and fix that, maybe by pressing it twice. There we go, so the vertical takeoff engines are now, I believe, on. So let's actually try bringing this up. Let's see how it controls first. It's going to have its various different states. Let's hit number 1 because that expands the engines out. So if we're actually outside the atmosphere, we could use that to increase our thrust package and get ourselves higher up. So let's actually begin tilting our aircraft up, see if we can get that lift. And I think I've disabled number 2. So let's press 2 back on, so that's going to give us a little bit more of in-atmospheric thrust. But yeah, a really beautiful ship all around. It handles quite well, it moves, and surprisingly, the rotors that control them secondary engines, that will just shut off for the minute since we're not going to need them. Oh, let's do that again, hold on, let's do that again. Oh, lights up, opens out. Lovely, that's what I'd expect from a sci-fi sort of engine. Close them back up. Anyway, check this out on the workshop. It's a beautiful ship, and it's got some features that will just blow you away. Great for a bit of inspiration and help with your own designs. Lovely. I'll see you next time.